Phone screen capper, we are back after a bit of a hiatus. We are now 11-9-1 against the spread after we gave you the Texans as a double-digit home dog against the Chiefs. Almost won it outright, but they covered. Took a few weeks off from the content because the trends become less relevant late in the season. Less sniper plays. Successful season on that. We've been betting with more feel recently, but nothing worth putting out on the content. But tonight, special episode to go into a tutorial of same game parlay NBA player point props. Been hitting these recently. Been hitting a lot of same game parlay on FanDuel recently. That's why I'm going to go into this series. Give you a little review of what I've done over the last week. On the 10th, we hit this one. This was a high scorer parlay. You can put 5 legs in. Took advantage of the FanDuel free bet. Got into some college basketball the day after. And then when the Jags were down 24-0, I'd never been more confident that a team would come back in my life. So we bet them live 3 times as the lines kept increasing. Once at 680, once at 900, once at 1,500, and we really cashed about $6,000 for that. We took the Bills over points this weekend. That was a lock. Big there. And then this was my most painful moment in my betting career. If you look at the odds at the top, that $40 should have netted me about $20K. Jeff Wilson was the only one left, and Tracy Wolfson came on TV and said he was hurt. Thinking we had a steal there, we cashed it out, and it really came back to bite us. But that just makes me hungrier because the next night, primetime player parlay, big win there. And then the following night, last night, late CeeDee Lamb touchdown, cashes a huge one for us. And we've been on a roll. So we're going to get into the NBA same-game player parlays. And I'm just going to look at what players I think are going to score tonight. I usually take overs. I experimented with some unders at one point. I'm going to go into the teams that I think are going to, put the players I think are going to put some buckets on the board. First game tonight is the Raptors at the Bucks, both playing back-to-backs. I expect the Raptors on the road to not really have fresh legs to defend. So I'm going to zero in on a couple Bucks tonight. One in particular, the Raptors play a lot of junk defenses, zone defenses. What does that leave you susceptible to? Offensive boards. On the offensive glass and on the glass in general, if you look at the Bucks player stats, Bobby Portis is averaging 10 rebounds a game. All right, Giannis is out tonight, so I expect an aggressive Bobby Portis tonight, possibly get a couple putbacks, and to go over his 17.5 line there. So he's going to be the first one we add to this same game parlay, player pop parlay. 17.5. He's the first one we add. Let's go to our next game. Let's see if we can find the next guy that we are looking at here. We're going to go to the Nuggets and the Blazers game. Nuggets had a day off. They have another game at home. If you go at Nikola Jokic's last game, my man had a triple-double. Hasn't been scoring as much recently. He went on that run where he had 40-plus a few nights in a row, but he's been less than 20 a game, I think, recently. If we go into his game log, 17, 21, 14, 28, 12. So he's due for a night. I think he'll be aggressive tonight against a Blazers defense that isn't all that great in the middle. They don't really have Nurkic. I don't think is matching him or shutting him down. So I think Jokic looks to be aggressive tonight. You get a little bit of a discount with him. His lines used to be closer to 30. But we'll go get him at tonight. We'll get him at, if we go to the same game parlay, player points, get Jokic at 26.5 tonight. Better than the 29.5, 28.5 you were getting a couple weeks ago when he was lighting it up. So I think he got some value there. And I'm also going to look at, because the total of this game is 237. So I'm going to look at another player. You expect a lot of points in this game. Let's look at the Trailblazers. Let's see what they did last game. They were at home. Now they're going on the road. Their last game, you go to their stats. You had Lillard went off for 40. Simons 20. Grant 20. Pretty standard night. I think the guards for the Nuggets aren't the greatest defenders. So I'm going to zero in on Anthony Simons tonight to get over his point total of 20.5 and to get us 21. Okay, that's 3 right there for you. And then we'll look at the Sixers and the Clippers. Clippers surprisingly favored in this one. If we look at the score app here, Clippers surprisingly favored. You got Embiid always lighting it up. Sixers spending a long weekend in LA. or they were there Sunday, had a day off, now Tuesday. So you always wonder what's going on there. If you look at James Harden's numbers for the over-under, I mean, his numbers only 20 tonight. I think that might have something to do with him being out in LA amongst friends. So I expect him to go under tonight. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at another Sixer that shot 6 for 13, hasn't been getting as much volume. Getting back in the rotation is Tyrese Maxey. Can you get some value with him here? I think he has a chance to go get 20 for us tonight. But I think his over-under, I believe, is 17.5. We're going to go there. So that's 4 selections. $10 wins you $121. We're going to go in. We're going to pop this one in for 200. Go get some buckets tonight. Phone screen capper. Look at our active bets. Boom. Hope you liked this tutorial. If you liked it, please subscribe. Hopefully we can stay hot and get another winner. See you next time.